it's 100 degrees today. It's so hot. It's reached 100 degrees a couple times this week for the first time this year. The clear sky's out, so not good conditions for landscape photography, but we came out here because we have been waiting a year for today, for right now. Alright guys, the reason why we're out here is because Chris promised me tacos, to be honest. But we're out here for another reason too. It's this guy right behind me. The desert ironwoods are in full bloom right now, and we've been waiting for a year for this. We're super excited. So we're off now, see if we can photograph some ironwood trees. So these desert ironwood trees, they're only in really 2 spots in Arizona, and they're really small areas, real small mountain ranges. So they're pretty unique to this area, and also they only bloom for about 2 weeks out of the year in May. So we had to, we don't have a choice. We have to get out. You know, we had a workshop last night in this area, and I ended up shooting some Milky Way as well. And it's pretty hot, but we got out and it was absolutely beautiful. And so we're a little bit tired from shooting Milky Way last night, but no excuse. Got to get out and photograph some amazing conditions, which I think is one of the things that helps getting out locally. You know, we're only about a half an hour from our house, and it helps to get out when there's special conditions like this. You know, sometimes it can be hard to get out locally. We shoot it all the time, but I think under different seasons and you know, different conditions can be a nice way to motivate yourself to get out.
So last year in this area I shot a 16:9 and also a 2:3 vertical, and I think they turned out very good, but I'm looking now for a 3:1 so I can make a large, skinny print, and also a square, just because I really much like the square crop. And I already found one area for the square crop, so now I'm still a little bit looking around for the 3:1 composition. And I think what is really important here with something that stands out in your photo, like the desert ironwood trees, is that they are distributed very nice in your photo. So you don't have all of them on the right hand side or all of them on the left hand side. So I'm really looking and working to get the perfect shot here.
Oh, we got a Gila monster. Now guys, I have lived in Arizona my entire life, and this is my very first Gila monster. Alright, now that the excitement's over from the Gila monster, seriously, I've been here my whole life, and that's the first one I've seen, which is exciting. But you know, we went out last night for our Milky Way shooting, and we went out for sunset as well with the private workshop, and we saw a rattlesnake, and I'll show you guys some of the footage right now. And the last time we were out, we went to the Salt River, we saw another rattlesnake, and then this time a Gila monster. That's like three trips in a row we've seen some kind of reptile that's unique to the desert. So we're on a pretty good run here. But for this shot here, I'm keeping it pretty simple. I have this backlighting on all the choyas, all these desert ironwoods on the saguaros, and then I have some layers of mountains in the very background there. It's a very simple shot. I don't have anything in particular. It's not some, in-your-face wide angle. I'm using the long lens, 70 millimeters, and I'm just filling the frame with all of these beautiful colors and lights, all these specular highlights throughout the frame of all these choyas that are being backlit, and then these beautiful purple trees kind of spotted throughout. And I think it's a really, really, really nice scene.
So I'm here in a area with a very strong slope. So when Mike was calling me because he just saw the Gila monster, I just put down my tripod and, to get my phone out. and I, probably didn't put it down the right way, so it completely fell over. It fell on the lens. It looks like the lens is okay, and I still can take photos, but it's for sure not water sealed anymore. There's that big gap now at the bottom of the screen in the back. I think when it fell down with the lens first, it just gave pressure onto the L bracket, and then the L bracket took the screw part at the bottom like completely out. So yeah, well, it's a bummer.
All right, so I got a nice shot. The light's starting to fade now, so I'm gonna try and be greedy and get one more, but if not, I am super happy with that one. Yeah, I'm gonna walk down the road a little bit here towards Chris. Of course, I show up and she just ditches me. So I have a nice little scene here with really warm light just washing over these three. There's actually more than that. There's probably like 4 or 5 of these saguaro cactus. Right behind it though is one of these big ironwood trees that really in bloom. So it looks pretty nice. It's probably not a print or anything, but I think it's a nice photo. It's got that nice golden light to it. And I'm having to use my hat to kind of shade out that sun because it just completely washes over the entire scene. So I gotta, put my hat over, that sun, and kind of keep that light from washing over. You can't see anything without that. So. Well, good morning, guys. We're back out in the same area as we were last night, and we wanted to come back out and shoot. We've never been here for sunrise, so we've been walking around for a little while, trying a little bit of a different area. We usually shoot along the road. There's an old dirt road we walk down, and we decided to come out and maybe try and walk a little bit further towards the west so we can face east, because we got a mountain right here where the sun's going to come up. So took a little bit. I found a really simple scene that I like. So I found a cholla cactus, one of these teddy bear chollas that has a really nice shape to it, and right behind it is one of these desert ironwood trees. So I'm just I put on my 50mm lens, and so I've had to change my perspective a little bit because I had the 70-200 on, and I get further back, and then I didn't quite like the way that looked, so I put the 50mm back on and just moved back and forth just a little bit, and I think I found a composition that I like. It doesn't include any sky. The issue I'm going to run into is I'm going to see what happens once the sun comes up, is how this light's going to fall. So the problem I'm going to have here with this shot is going to be a separation with the subject. So what I'm looking for is this cholla and this desert ironwood behind it to catch some light before the hills behind the desert ironwood. So there's a little valley on the other side, and then there's a hill on the far side of it, and getting that separation is going to be important for this photo. And so that's why I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen with this light. So I may not end up getting anything. I'll show you guys the result no matter what. But what I'm hoping is going to happen is when the sun comes up, it's going to light up this cholla and this desert ironwood before it lights up the hills in the background. That way I get that separation. I get a little bit darker background back there, and then this foreground with this cholla and this desert ironwood lights up and is nice and bright and creates that separation. Because right now, with my eyes, of course, I can see the difference, right? Because I'm looking in 3D, but putting that on a 2D medium, you know, like a piece of paper or digitally on your computer screen or TV screen, whatever you guys are watching on, it's a little bit harder. So I need that light to be able to create that separation, and that's what I'm hoping for in this scene here.